Guys, after the horrific terrorist attack in Paris that took place on Friday night, there is certainly a media buzz and a discussion in politics and in the media about Islamic terrorism and the impact of the Syrian refugees. We've got Team Chaser coverage. Veronica, I know you've talked, and we're going to have Matt Rooney in, and you're chasing down what the governor's position is specifically on the Syrian refugees. But I wanted to start with Rohan. Rohan, you're chasing an angle of this that has to do with a textbook in the Roxbury school system. What do you got?
A history textbook being used at Eisenhower Middle School called History Alive, Medieval, World, and Beyond is firing up some parents. Now, what they're saying is that the book whitewashes descriptions of the Islamic faith, is pro-Muslim, glorifies violence, suicide, depicts beheadings, while it also barely touches on other faiths. Now, Laurel Whitney is the head of the campaign against the school and the book, and she's created a very comprehensive list of what she believes is wrong with this book, and she sent it to the school. Now, one assignment out of the book, it asks, what phrase do Muslims repeat as an expression of shahada? Now, this is a conversion prayer, and the answer could, in fact, lead to somebody being actually converted in a public school, because actually repeating that phrase is one of the ways to actually convert to Islam. And that's one of their concerns as well. I spoke to Laurel about it today. She has a son at the school in 7th grade.
This is not about Islam. This is about violence, glorification of violence. This is about glorification of suicide.
Mm-hmm. Now, the school responded to her and the other concerned parents, saying that they will investigate the book, but not remove it at this time. It's already been removed by many other schools in New Jersey and across the United States.
Rohan, the schools that have gotten rid of this book, they've replaced it with something that's a little more balanced. Is that it? And was it because this mom is on this crusade to stop it? I mean, where is it coming from?
The concern with the book is that it's not balanced at all, and it's really focusing and glorifying some of the uglier parts of the faith, as she puts it.
This is absolutely ludicrous. The concept that you can read a passage in a book and somehow be converted into another religion, that's a bit of an exaggeration.
Well, maybe tensions will be reduced when fanatical Islamic extremists stop blowing themselves up and killing innocent people. Maybe that'll reduce tensions a little. Thanks, Rohan. Veronica, you're chasing another angle of this whole issue with Muslim terrorism and the Syrian refugee crisis. There was a comment that Governor Christie made on the Hugh Hewitt show, which is I guess it's a national radio show, where he talked about New Jersey being one of the states that is not going to accept Syrian refugees. What do you got?
Previously, the governor said that we should consider welcoming Syrian refugees into the United States, saying that America is a compassionate country. But since the attacks in Paris on Friday and the reported fact that one of those terrorists had a Syrian passport on him, Governor Christie has definitely changed his tune. On Monday, he was on the Hugh Hewitt radio show, where he said that we can't trust this administration to properly vet those potential Syrian refugees, so we can't accept any of them.
The fact is that we need appropriate vetting, and I don't think orphans under 5 are being, should be admitted into the United States at this point. But, they have no family here. How are we going to care for these folks? The fact is, you can come up with a number of different scenarios, Hugh, but in the end, I don't trust this administration to effectively vet the people that they're asking us to take in. We need to put the safety and security of the American people first.
So to discuss the effect of Governor Christie's stance on this issue and how it may affect his presidential run, we have Matt Rooney in studio via Skype of the Save Jersey blog. So thank you for being with us, Matt.
As Veronica pointed out, the discussion turned to 5-year-old orphans. The headlines said the governor does not want 5-year-old orphans from Syria in the United States. I think that was somewhat disingenuous. Why do you think that happened?
Yeah, well, listen, because most of the people writing the headlines are leftists, and they assume that all Republicans hate brown people, poor people, children, Muslims. That's the narrative they're comfortable with. That's the one they're going to go with. What's amazing to me, Bill, is they're still acting, not all of them, but most of them are still acting as if Paris didn't happen. We have a situation where unrestricted immigration has resulted in terrorists creating what was one of the most dramatic terrorist events since 9/11. And we're still behaving as if there isn't a problem we need to confront, and as if Republicans and moderates and pretty much even a lot of Democrats at this point are simply trying to make the point that we need to revisit some of these things for our own security.
All right, Matt. Thank you. Thanks, Veronica.